to the April 28th edition of Top Echelon TV. I'm Mark Demaree.
And I'm Todd Bossler.
Todd, this week we're going to jump right into it because we want to talk about job posting.
Right.
And you are really over all of Top Echelon development, big biller development, website technology development, and we're going to talk a few technology issues, but specifically job posting. Back in October, we wrote an article in the Pinnacle letting everybody in the network know that our now contingency model job posting will be transitioning to a pay up front.
That's right.
And we told them that at some point in time in 2010 that was going to happen, and that is quickly happening. If you remember that the contingency model was, of course, you were able to post as many jobs out there as possible, and then over the years it has been very successful for Top Echelon recruiters. They've made hundreds and hundreds of placements, but over time those contingency placements have dropped off considerably, haven't they?
That's right. That's right. Probably due to the economy and somewhat, there's just such an influx of candidates into the job market, and it's just hard to discern great candidates from okay candidates, and they're just flooding these job boards. And we tried to explain to the boards that there's just a lot of rough stuff coming in from these boards, but they, of course, are just worried about those numbers, and they're normally charging people X number of dollars to get a job there, to post a job there, and they're just not seeing the income on the back end like we're normally doing for them.
Yeah, I know just from the numbers of Top Echelon, we used to make hundreds of placements, and then last year alone, it was just a fraction of that. And again, like you pointed out, it's a number of factors, but the job boards of really our job posting partners have come back to us and said, you know what, we haven't seen any placements in a while, so this contingency model just isn't working out. So that being said, and we saw this coming down the pike, we started to brainstorm, well, one is the contingency model, or actually is job posting still viable for the network?
We asked a few folks, and we believe truly that it is. It is still a very viable market. It's a nice thing to be able to have, and so we are all on board for keeping it around.
So we decided, okay, if job posting is still viable, how do we approach it? And we came up with, well, we're going to go from a contingency model to a pay up front model.
Which is the way they all operate now.
Yeah. So Todd, what is the major difference that you see between a contingency model and a pay up front model?
Well, we still have got a great model, right? You used to pay or post, as much as you wanted, and then you only paid on the back end. Now that pay on the back end was a pretty substantial amount.
Yeah, I think the average was at least $2,400 for every placement. You had to pay a brokerage fee.
Right. So what we're going to is you pay up front a very small fee. As a matter of fact, it's $17 on a per job basis, and we are going to have some packages that you can read about in the Pinnacle, but on a per job basis, you can select to post a job. It will still go out to over 250 job boards, a couple of the big ones, Indeed and Simply Hired, but you'll pay up front, then on the back end, no large fee on the back end.
So is it mandatory?
Well, just like the old model, if you want to post a job, you check it. If you don't want to post it, you don't check it. So it is absolutely optional. It's not every job that you have in the system. It's a per job basis.
So this is going to take place here soon. When's this transition going to take place?
The new pay to post model will go into effect June 1. So on that day, Mark, when someone logs in and wants to share a job out on the internet, they'll have to check a box that says Job Jav. That's the system that we're calling Job Jav, and you'll opt in and say, I would like to pay that $17 per job or add it to my bucket of service.
So if that's going to happen June 1st, right, we're going to switch over from contingency to pay up front June 1st.
Right.
What happens to all the contingency jobs that I currently have out there or the recruiters currently have out there?
So anything posted on or before that day will stay around for 30 days. So all through the month of June, those jobs will be out there just as they always have been. And come June 30th, we have instructed the job boards to sort of take those down. And so all of those jobs will no longer be out on the posting circuit.
Okay, so that's good. So there's going to be a transition. Of course, read this week's Pinnacle. There's going to be a detailed article outlining everything as far as the prices, the costs, the transition period, what's going to happen to the contingency job orders. Just really one last question, Todd, is what do you see the major advantage of the pay up front model?
Well, again, the biggest, I think, when you talk about the price of things, the quick and easy small fee up front and no fee on the back end. But we have built in some new flexibility on this new model. As the model goes today, when you post a job, it is out there posted as Top Echelon Network. Well, this new model, because you're paying, you will be able to own that posting. So that'll be listed as your firm or anyone else's
So if
firm.
I'm ABC Recruiting Company, when it goes out, it could be all over those job boards. It would say ABC Recruiting Company, which then of course, is
branding you
branding me.
instead of us.
Now, what happens if I don't want my name out there?
You do have the ability to leave it sort of blind. You will be able to post a job with no company information, and that way it keeps things kind of anonymous.
Well, good. Well, good. I appreciate that. Again, for more details about the job posting service and how the transition is going to take place, read this week's Pinnacle newsletter. We'll outline everything, and I think what we'll do too, Todd. Of course, they can call us or
Call me
you.
anytime.
And upcoming issues of the Pinnacle as well. We'll have more articles outlining any questions that we'll receive. We'll put those in the Pinnacle as well.
Absolutely.
Well, good. Hey, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
And this wraps it up for another edition of Top Echelon TV. I'm Mark Demaree, and
I'm Todd Bossler. Hey, keep your eyes on the Pinnacle. We got some exciting new news coming up for your Platinum websites, too. Have a great one.
yeah, have a great week.